Hi, in this video I'm going to be talking about how we can find the area of composite figures. So I've got two methods of doing it. The first method is all the idea of breaking the shape up into smaller parts. And the second method is working out as a giant shape and then removing sections by subtracting. Let's focus on just method one to begin with. So break it up into smaller parts. So a composite figure is when there's multiple shapes combined. So what I mean by breaking it up into parts is we can actually get our pencil or texture or whatever we're using, and we can even add little lines like this to say that I've got a rectangle, another rectangle, and another rectangle together. So I want to make it work out these three rectangles, 1, 2, and 3, and add them all together to get my whole area. Because if you've forgotten, area is just the idea of breaking up into little squares. So if this is 4 centimeters across, it means I would have 4 squares, 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter across, and then I would try and fill up the whole shape with 1 centimeter boxes. And when I have the whole shape colored in, yeah, all the way around the whole thing, I've worked out all the boxes, that'll be what the answer is of area. So we do that by just saying length times width, right? So as an example, I know that for this messy looking rectangle here, we've got 4 times 11 will give us this rectangle. So it'll be 44. So that's the idea of area, and then I just add them all up. So visually, I've just split them off so we can see very clearly that they're 3 different rectangles. For now, I can even remove this 8 because it's not actually important, because all I want to know is that this rectangle here is 4 times 11, which is 44, which means that this one's also 11, which means this is also 44, the area. Yeah, I can fit 44 little squares inside it. So now we just have to work out, well, what is this rectangle? How much is that? So if we go to our original picture, we can see that sorry about all these purple lines. I'll try and rub some of these out to make it a bit clearer. So from here all the way to the end is 17, right? 17 centimeters. I need to actually remove this section and this section. Yeah, I need to remove the lines here so that I know what the bit that is left over is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 17 by 4 and 4. Yeah, because I know that because that's 4, it means that this will be 4 and this will be 4. So if I remove the 4's, then it'll take those lines away. Okay, so I got 17, take away 4, take away 4. So 17, 13, 12, 11, 10. That's 1. And then, hold on, it shouldn't be 10, it should be 9, shouldn't it? So 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, that makes more sense. And then another 4, 12, 11, 10, 9. So the answer was 9. So that means that this is 9. And then what is this little line here? Well, let's go to our original picture again. So we can see that this line here is 8, and then the big line here is 11. So if I just do 11 take away 8, it's removing this line, just giving us the leftovers. So 11 take away 8 should be 3. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, it is 3. So that's my missing number there. So there you go, I can add that in. So I've got 9 times 3 is 27. So we can see our all three sections of our shape have got their answer. So now we can just add them together. So 44 plus 44 plus 27. And that's how we find out the area of a composite shape. So that's method 1. Splitting up into sections. So 4 and 4 is 8, plus 7 is 15. And then 4, 5, 9, 11. So the answer is, I can just write up here, 100 and, what was it again? 115. And they're all in centimeters, so right, centimeters with a little 2 on it to show it's squared, little squares like here. Square, square, square. There's 115 squares inside the shape. Okay? So that's method 1. Method 2, as I said, was subtract sections from the whole shape. So if I looked at the shape, I could actually draw a line across to make it look a bit like this. So for now, if I just, it's like I'm saying, I'm wanting to remove this line, this line, this line. So I'm wanting to work out what is this rectangle first, and once I work out that rectangle, I can then work out the inner rectangle, the small one, and take it away, so subtract. Okay, so let's do that. So to begin with, let's work out the whole rectangle. Yeah, so I'm going to go 11 times 17. So 17 and 11. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 1 is 1. Cross it out, put in a 0, start again. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 1 is 1. Done. Add them up. So my answer is 187 centimeters squared is what the whole thing is. That's not the answer though, because we need to now remove the little section. Yeah? Because remember, we had here, 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 and that was an 8, wasn't it? So we need to remove it to get the answer, okay? So let's do that. So we're going to need to know, well, what is this line here first? So we actually already worked it out over there, but let's do it again. So we're going to go, I know that this line is just going to be this line, including, removing this line and this line will be how I'd work it out, right? So I go 17, take away 4, take away 4, or I could just put those 4s together to make it 8. So 17 to 8 is 9, right? So I know that this line here is 9. And I've already been told that this line here is 8. So let's work it out. So if I just remove all of the outside lines to make it really clear what we're doing right now, we're literally just going, I want to know this inner rectangle. So 9 times 8 is 72. Yeah? So 72 centimeters squared. So I've got the big rectangle, I've got the little rectangle. So now all I have to do, my final step, is just subtract. So 187 take away 72, and that'll be my answer. So that's 5, that's 1, that's 1, so 115. So remember, if we put this in again and remove that, so that was, whoops, our original shape, yeah? And if I rub out the dotted line, so that was our original shape. So we know the whole answer is 115 centimeters squared. And you can actually see that we already had that before. So hopefully that was a clear way of showing that both methods work. You just do what you think would be best for that shape. So either method 1, just break it up into little sections, or method 2, which is work out the whole shape by just adding in a line, removing that line, and working out that area, and then working out the smaller rectangle here and subtracting it from the answer, and that will work it out. Great. All the best with your work today.